Oh. Oh.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood co-host Rita with my friendly neighborhood co-host Whitney. Whitney,
Salutations and greetings.
we have so much to get into today.
Oh my God.
But before we do, how are you?
I'm doing well, just trying to make it. It's
Oh,
officially autumn.
it is.
I'm getting
Happy fall time to everybody.
I'm getting ready for all who observe. I'm getting ready to act a complete fool
I'm
because we love autumn.
we do.
Sweater
I'm
weather.
I'm ready for my sweatshirts, my
Mm-hmm.
layers, my
Mm-hmm.
elaborate scarves,
Mm-hmm.
my berets. It is
Mm-hmm.
a time,
Leather
baby.
jackets.
It is a
Oof.
time.
Boots.
I can't wait.
Oh my
I
God.
keep checking the weather like, damn, we don't have a 60-degree day coming up.
You're
It's
like,
going to
we're
be
at
in
the
the
end of
highs.
September.
Child, I don't think the sun knows that. It's,
This global warming really does believe in herself. Like,
I'm
child, damn.
I'm ready to put my winter clothes downstairs, and
Mm-hmm.
I can't, not my winter clothes, my summer
Summer.
clothes
Mm-hmm.
downstairs, and I can't do that yet. I can't box them
Mm-mm.
up, put them away, because every other day I still need to pull out a pair of shorts.
Listen,
It's
knees be getting
not,
hot. I'm like, this is not Septembering like I
we're
need you
not
to
even
September.
getting the good transition weather. We haven't, I will say it's cooler in the morning, but
Mm-hmm.
if it's still 80 degrees in the afternoon, please spare me.
Like, that's
Spare me.
enough. That is absolutely enough. You are out of control and out of line.
I'm tired. I'm
How are you
tired.
though? Outside
I'm
of being
good.
tired.
I'm good. My eyes are burning. Although fall temperatures have not shown up, fall allergies have, and my eyes are
Ghetto.
burning, but I am good.
Just ghetto.
I'm ready to start a great week. The Eagles
Mm-hmm.
won, the Cowboys lost, praise God. Um, God
That's
just
my
keeps
words.
on keeping me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great week. What have you been listening to?
Um, so this comes with a story.
Okay,
My
let's
child,
do it.
you'll remember some time ago, I would say talk about playing records for my baby.
Yes.
Well, since the little library over here where I currently record has exploded, I haven't been able to play that because books have been blocking them.
Okay.
And so my child has gone a significant amount of time without hearing records played. And decided to fix that. And so we moved the record player from our bedroom, which I don't know why we had it in here anyway, but we had it in here. We moved it to the living room. So now the friend gets to pick out her little records, but we
Okay.
literally listen to Marvin Gaye, got to give it up.
All right. With a
Yes,
classic.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
I support it.
Spinning the vinyls,
I love that. I love that you
little black. Okay.
are creating a appreciation for vinyl and also soul music.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. In small young people because it matters.
Small young people.
Very small
Not
young people.
small young people.
She's small for
She
a
is.
person.
I
She's
mean,
very
she's
tall though.
tall for her age, but
Yo, I meant to send you this picture that they took at the class. It was like a class picture because it was like Eagles Day, so all the kids wore their like green
hey.
t-shirt. First of all, it's the cutest thing.
Beep,
Everyone
beep,
with their
beep,
tiny little
beep.
Eagle shirts on. It's so cute. Everybody's so small. Emmy is literally a head taller than everybody in her class
She's tall.
at 3 years old.
Your 3-year-old is as tall as my 8-year-old nephew, so that should now granted
Don't talk about my
he's
behemoth.
he's on the shorter side of his classmates, but yeah, they're the same height, and that's interesting.
Yeah,
Tall is good.
yo, it's wonderful. It's great. It's just strange to see her like because they put her in the middle, and so all the other kids,
Yeah,
she
we
got
got to
that
work
big
on that.
afro. I'm just like, oh yeah.
We need to make them aware of that.
Yeah, they're fine. And she's like not one of the oldest kids in the class. Like her birthday falls like in the middle of like the semester,
Mm-hmm.
quotation marks around
Not
semester,
semester.
that you have at a preschool. It falls like right in the middle. It's like right before the break starts. So I was just like, she's not exactly like it'd be different if her birthday was in like September, but like her birthday's in the end of November.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
There's older kids. Everybody's just small. We saw the 5-year-olds come outside. Now, mind you, she's not even 4. We saw the
Hmm.
5-year-olds come outside. She's like looking them in the eye.
There you go. See? See, get her in volleyball early. That's all I'm saying.
Women, some.
Get her over there. See what she
Hmm.
does.
Yes. But what have you been listening to? I'm sure it's something wonderful. Listen, magazine outlets, people, music outlets. You need to tap Rita to talk about your stuff. Artists, if you were smart, you would call this lady, not the lady, but maybe if you need to call that lady, but call this lady because this particular lady, let me tell you, she will describe your things so incredibly well. Without further ado, take the floor,
I
my
feel like I'm
dear
about
music by
you did
friend.
that wonderful introduction and I've got very little this week. I have been listening to Masego. I Had a Vision. It is off of his Lady project. And for anybody who's been a fan, he's like under the R&B and soul category, but he plays saxophone, so it's a lot of bluesy, jazzy, sort
Didn't know
of
he played
yeah,
saxophone.
he does. And one of the things I love about this I Had a Vision song is that he's singing, but there's also a lot of horns in this song. And I don't know, it's just a really bluesy vibe. I don't it very much reminds me of like what they mean when they say rhythm and blues. Like not just R&B, but actually rhythm and blues and
The actual rhythm and blues.
his emphasis on musicianship and instrumentation, and you can tell that it's live instruments that he's pairing his vocals with, which I really like. Lady is a really great album. It's kind of old, well, old in the sense of music. It came out in 2018, but it is one of the few R&B albums that I find myself kind of going back to a lot. Like the album opens up with Silk, which is just a straight jazz song, no lyrics, lots of horns, lots of piano, very beautiful, short jazz tune. And then it goes into I Had a Vision. So it's like one of those songs where the end of the song starts the beginning of the next song. He puts a lot of curation into his music, but a big fan of I Had a Vision. That's what I've been listening to this week. Keeping it very mellowed out. I heard that Future released a mixtape. I'm gonna give it a listen because he's problematic, but he just doesn't resonate with me. But everybody's talking about it, so I guess I got to give it a fair listen
I
sometime
mean,
on my way to work. I have to, because I
I
have to know
mean,
what the kids are listening to.
I
Even though
mean,
Future is older than me,
I,
I, but he resonates with the kids, and
immaturity. I'm just kidding.
yeah, well, I'm doing the
Just
best I
kidding.
can.
I'm just kidding, guys. You can enjoy your future.
Um. As we move from one problematic person,
Oh my
future,
God.
where do we want to begin? Do we want to start light with why Janet Jackson should shut up,
Oh my
or do
God.
we want to go straight to what the hell Diddy got going on? It's up to you.
Let's start with Janet because it's not going to take
Okay.
long.
So for those who may have been outside in the world and not on your phones this weekend, fantastic for you.
Good job.
Janet Jackson apparently made some remarks to an interviewer
Which,
about questioning Kamala Harris's race. And I should get the exact quotes. But basically the gist of it is that someone told Janet, she says that she heard that Kamala Harris isn't black. That in fact, that her father is white. Now, she has since apologized for these remarks, but I want to give you guys an exact quote. It says, well, you know what they supposedly said, Janet said. She's not black. That's what I heard, that she's Indian. And I thought that was weird. The quote goes on to say her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told that they discovered her father was white. Now, Janet Demeter Joe Jackson, couple of thoughts. Janet has been in this industry for 40 years at this point. Entertainment, even longer. We have never said, I sure do wonder what Janet Jackson feels about this presidential race. Janet, we don't need you to comment on that. You could just keep commenting on the pop girls and the choreography that's going on. That's great. We don't go to you for world issues, and we don't want
Sure
you
don't.
coming to us with the world issues. And I'm
Sure don't.
saying this as a Janet Jackson stan. I think she is the greatest pop artist of our generation.
And
I
is.
think that her choreography has influenced every single artist that has come
And
after
does.
her. You can see her influence in Beyonce and Britney Spears and even Taylor Swift's non-dancing ass. There's
Hmm.
nobody who has been in pop music over the last 25 to 30 years who has not been influenced either by Janet Jackson's artistry or choreography or just her trajectory, how she puts out her music, how she curates her albums, etc., etc. I'm
Hmm.
saying this as a person who likes Janet. Janet, this was a great opportunity for you to shut the hell up. We never, ever, ever want to go to the Jacksons for political opinions. Y'all are not the
No,
family we come to. If we want a political opinion, we will go find a Kennedy who is not crazy. Two, I don't know when she made these remarks. I know that they recently came out over the weekend. But what I do know is the Jacksons just lost a brother. Why
did.
are you commenting on politics? Shouldn't you be
Did.
planning the homegoing?
What's going
How
on?
do
What's going
Whitney?
on?
How does she have time to piss me off with these comments?
I was baffled because I almost completely missed this. I was
And
like, wait a minute.
I wish I had.
Demita Joe, what is going on? Like, wait, like, ma'am, there is this thing called goodwill.
Yes.
And some of y'all, I think of goodwill like a good paycheck, which you earned, right?
Yes.
And you can keep accruing goodwill,
Yes.
public goodwill, but you could also spend that bitch. And the problem is, too many of y'all have been dipping and dabbling in your goodwill pockets, Usher.
Yes.
I'm looking at you,
We're
taking
looking
pictures
at
with
you, Usher.
Russell Simmons. What in the hell,
How did you end up
Usher?
over there?
Ronaldo Raymond. What is
Not
happening?
Ronaldo.
Um,
That ain't that baby
back to
doll
Demita
Raymond.
Joe. This was so wildly unnecessary. I'm like, you
So unnecessary.
I tweeted this the other day. I said, it is all right whenever you feel the need to pull out this particular sentence. It says, you know what? I don't know enough about that to offer an opinion.
And that would be just fine from Janet Demeter Joe Jackson.
That would be fine from anybody. I
She
would accept
rarely.
that from any not my dentist or like
No. Mm-mm.
if I'm going
No,
to a
baby.
doctor and I'm like, hey, what's wrong with this? I don't know enough about this. Wait, what?
I'm sorry, huh?
But like, first of all, can we just be honest about this whole discussion of race when it comes to Kamala? The problem with VP Harris, let me put respect on her name. This is a distraction because the race of presidents has never been a discussion except for twice.
Ain't that something?
Hussein
Barack
and whatever
Hussein.
Harris's middle name is, because I love
Demi.
a middle name. I love a
Demi.
middle Demi,
Yes.
Hussein and Demi. That's the only two times it's been a topic of discussion. Okay. Okay. It's been
Devi.
40
I'm sorry,
and
not Demi. Devi.
Devi, sorry.
Mhm.
Excuse us, Vice President Harris. I still want to get invited to the White House.
My
Um,
apologies.
please send me an invitation because I'll come. Bells and whistles on. Um, but I will be wearing my Delta para, okay?
Oh boy.
We have to
Oh,
let them know,
okay.
we all stand in the shadow of
I,
Shirley Chisholm,
I
okay?
was gonna ask to go with you, but if y'all
You
gonna
can
be over
come.
there fighting
Why y'all
and
keep acting like the
making
Deltas
them
be fighting?
sounds at each other, I'ma
What
just stay over
gangs, gang
here in
signs,
my business. Yeah, because
gang
when gang
signs.
signs go up, I usually just go ahead and head
But you know
out.
what? That's enough. But yeah, it's just it's so frustrating because we know that this is a dog whistle. We know that the attention to who she is, it has nothing to do with how she will govern, how she will lead. Okay? Because I mean, it's not even quiet. I was gonna say quiet as it's kept, but it's allowed. Y'all let that entertainer get up there and he led this country into a cesspool.
Come on,
You ever,
somebody.
if you ever want to get mad about something, look at all this deregulation that happened, and then
Planes
wonder why
falling out the sky,
you can't
fruit
even get
poisoning
Boar's
and killing
head.
people. Can't have a turkey sandwich anymore.
Why is there arsenic? I know why there's arsenic in my apple juice. My older sister, who's a chemist, shout out to Kalita, explained it all. She said that, there's levels of arsenic in apple seeds.
Hmm.
The seeds could have gotten it, bits of the seeds could have gotten into the juice. Everybody's like, oh no, arsenic. It's not like somebody just came and dumped some arsenic in there when and moved it, like stroked their mustache and
Uh-uh.
ran.
No. Stop.
But like this dude did so much deregulation. It's foolishness and chaos outside. I can't even get a good deli sandwich anymore.
No. That's
No.
over. That's
Yeah.
done.
Insane. Insane. So I just don't want to have this conversation about her race anymore. Like I understand why it's happening. I understand the connectivity points of it, but I also understand that it's a distraction from the policies. The problem is the other folks don't got no policies. They only want to tell you what they stand against. They never want to tell you what they stand for. They never want to tell you what they plan to do for you. They just want to demonize other people.
Janet Jackson fixes her face to whisper at us three, four times a year, maybe. And it's
And this was
usually
it.
after an award show performance. I think the thing that annoys me the most and that I wish someone would have asked Janet in her time of bereavement, since she's talking to us anyway, uh, is why that matters. Okay, say she is, say she wasn't black. Say she wasn't black. Janet, we've seen your nieces and your nephews.
Well, well,
So
well.
say she wasn't black. Does that make her somehow less qualified? Say she is Indian like you initially thought and her father was white. Does that mean that she is somehow less of a qualified candidate? What was your intention in highlighting your beliefs surrounding her race? And what did you think you were conveying with your ignorant ass remarks in your time of bereavement? um versus what you actually conveyed, because again, say you were right and whoever told you that wasn't a filthy scoundrel and a liar. Now what? You're not going to vote for her because she's Indian? You don't want to vote for her because her father's white? What does
What does one have to do with the other,
Janet,
Janet?
I want you to reserve your whispers for
Preserve your whispers.
something more appropriate, not
Please.
politics. It's not your strong suit.
And it's okay.
How's
And
the
that is
tour
fine.
going? That's
That is
fine.
fine.
It's fine.
How are you coping?
Yes, you've lost your brother. How are that going? Are the arrangements going nicely? Who sent flowers?
Are
You
you all
know,
right? Like, can we do anything for you? Like, first of all, I want to kick that whoever that interviewer was, because it's not like she just came out of nowhere and started talking
right,
about VP Harris. The question had to be posed. And I'm like,
right.
okay, so here's the thing. As a person who occupies this space of journalism, I get that you wanted to get your little quote off and congratulations, you did that, but like at what cost? Like
At,
at what cost?
to
You
what
went to
end?
you went to a grieving person. Now I understand if she said previously, like, I don't want to talk about Tito. Like it's
Hmm.
too much, it's too hard. I don't want to talk about Tito. That would be a different story. But as what it looks like is that you went to this person crazy. Because let me tell you something. If you walk in to my black ass house and talk to me and you want to bring up politics when I'm in the middle of grief, my
Uh,
brother is going. Another brother is
exactly.
going. And you ain't, where are we at? Why is this part of our conversation?
What is
I would have
happening?
cussed. You know what? That would have been the headline. Jan Jackson cusses as if it was Whitney
She was
Roberts.
whispering in capital letters, baby.
I would have cussed you out.
Janet
Like, how
let.
dare you come in here?
Yeah, I don't. The
We can't.
timing of it all just seems very. Who let this
Well, you
happen?
know what? They keep asking people because I just saw online that Chapel Roan, that girl that the children love,
Yeah, I don't get it. I
well,
had to go Google who that was.
the children love her. Um, that's all I need to know. Um, that's
I
all I
too
needed
don't
to
care
know. I
about
looked, I
that.
was like, okay, all right, this is not my cup of tea, but I'm not here to yuck it. It's okay for me to say this particular brand of tea.
I'm
I
here to
like a
yuck it.
ginger tea. Stop it.
I am.
But like, the idea of asking celebrities who they endorse, who they don't endorse, that's an old standing tradition. But like in the context of things, when she is in the midst of grief and probably hasn't been caught up on the latest of anything, that sucks. But also, as a celebrity in your mind, it's okay to say, "Hey, I'm in the middle of grief," or "Hey, I don't know enough about that," or "Hey, why does it matter about her race?" or "Hey, why is this a question? You ain't got no other questions?"
Right.
This is why God didn't make me a celebrity because I would be tearing people up. I'm like, you ain't got no better questions than this.
Whitney, you
It's a,
are a
I am not
celebrity,
a
but
celebrity.
we are going to move
I
on.
need a check that says celebrity.
Oh, okay.
Let me get the money.
Speaking of celebrities,
Oh no.
Sean,
Sean.
nasty ass
Not both of us said Sean.
Diddy Combs
What in the world, sir? Let me
has
tell
been.
you,
Go for it.
because this was my only problematic person.
Okay.
This particular person. So, for those who are unfamiliar, another lawsuit has come out.
No, Jesus Christ.
Another lawsuit has come out. Dawn Richard.
I know
I
who
could
you're
be wrong.
talking about.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But and then
And
the
then the
feds
feds.
did some arresting,
Yes, they did some arresting.
and that man can't get bail.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. And
He was he's been formally charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. They hit him with a RICO.
they hit the man with a Rico, y'all. They've been watching this man for a long time.
A long time.
You know how long you have to be watching a person?
To
You know,
build a RICO?
it reminds me of parents who watch their child act up for a while, and you just see the parent just watching their child act up, and you're watching this go down, and you feel the tension start to build.
Oh boy.
Time for that ass whooping.
And I don't even know where to begin. I know everyone has been talking about this for days at this point, but um a couple of key things I guess we need to point out that Diddy has been hit with a RICO and trafficking charges, and despite him paying off some homes to be able to put up for his $50 million collateral, despite him surrendering his passport, his children surrendering their passports, even his mother. Now I
Hmm.
would be irked. His mother
Even your
surrendering
mama.
her passport.
Why
Yes.
can't I go on vacation?
He has still been denied
You the one doing all the raping.
bail. And I feel like when you are charged with trafficking,
Hmm.
you are denied bail. I'm sorry, you don't.
I feel
There's
like that's
certain,
fair.
I there's just certain crimes. I feel like, and everybody is entitled to due process and a
Hmm.
just system. But if when you pose a threat to vulnerable populations, I feel like your movement should be limited. He
Hmm.
requested that he be on a monitor, an ankle monitor,
Nope.
and he submit his guest logs. But as a person who has been accused of literally beating people, he has been accused of blowing up a car because a man was friendly, not in a relationship with, but friendly with his ex, not his current girlfriend, but his ex-girlfriend,
That's it.
accused of blowing up a car for somebody who supported your ex-girlfriend. You've been accused, not accused, you settled with
Yeah.
Steve Stout for going upside his head with a
Yeah.
champagne bottle because
Yeah.
he made a business choice that you didn't like.
That
That's
happened.
not a person
Hmm.
that you want loose when he's
No.
desperate and preparing for trial. I think there is the idea that if you bully, harass, and intimidate people when the feds are not on your ass, I can only imagine what you would do to potential witnesses when they
Oh.
are.
Oh yeah. No. Mm-mm. He don't
It's
need to be out or about.
Now, I'm sorry.
No.
And for all of
Mm-mm.
the people saying, well, he should at least get bail. Why can't he
Not
get
a
bail?
damn.
Why?
Nothing. No.
Again,
No. Let me just sit over here.
Oh, she sat up. She wasn't playing. She not tell him.
You could just not do this shit.
Come on, Whitney.
There are people every day who make a fraction of the money that you see regularly. People who are trying to make ends meet, desperate people who don't do and have never thought to do any of the shit that you've done, sir. I'm going to tell you guys a story.
Okay.
I have in my brain a secret prayer that I'm going to tell everybody. My prayer is that if God allows, I become in a position to secretly bless people. I will
Oh, come
never tell
on.
them. I don't want any accolades. I don't want any awards. I want to secretly go to grocery stores in poor neighborhoods and buy out the entire store.
Okay.
Tell the owners, hey, don't you tell anybody that I did this. Tell the cashiers after they ring people up to come over and to whisper to the person and say, hey, your groceries have been paid for. Have a lovely day. Because I don't need riots.
No, you
But
don't. Because let me tell you something. Market would get packed. Acme wouldn't be
listen,
able to catch a break.
no, nobody be
10,000
able.
people lined up
That's it.
outside the Acme trying to get their
That's it.
cornflakes.
hmm I want to go to high school graduations and secretly just donate a crap load of money for like
Okay.
people's schooling. I want to, that's the type of stuff I want to do. I want to go and pay for people's like layaway for Christmas. Like that's the type of stuff I want to do, but secretly. I'm I am literally conspiring for so much good that I don't even know that I'll be able to do. You, on the other hand, have millions of dollars.
Millions.
You could have consensual partners who are willing to do all of the craziest shit your little perverted mind could think of, right? People who would do it consensually, okay?
Consensually. For a fee.
Consent.
For a fee.
Absolutely. Absolutely. People who will just do that for you. You don't have to blow up nothing. You don't
No.
have to kidnap nobody. You don't
No.
have to traffic nobody. There, you could find a consenting partner in any place, probably multiple, in any place that you would go. And you chose to be not just nasty, because that's a whole nother group I want to yell at. And I said this was the only person on my list, and I lied because I want to yell at a bunch of people. But
Okay. We're here for it.
y'all, you chose to be not just nasty because this is not about perversion and this is not about kinks. This is not about any of that nonsense. And I want to cuss out everybody who tries to reduce it to such. This man literally engaged in multiple assaults, violations. Call it what it is. Every time the media wants to call it just a freak off, call it what it is. It was a mass sexual assault. These were mass violations. These were borderline terroristic actions. For what?
For what?
For what?
For what?
I can't wrap my mind around, and I pray that's probably for good. Um, why you would want to do this to people? Why you would want to be a monster to people? And it's like now we got to open up everything because now
Yeah.
that whole Biggie situation ain't looking good.
Yeah. There
That
are a lot of things that have happened around this man
Kim
that
Porter,
it just calls into question. And even if he had absolutely nothing to do with these things, he has stained his own character in such a way that you have to question every illegitimate thing that
everything,
has occurred around him.
everything.
It's again, like Whitney said, it's not about kink shaming. Because if you want to have
Mm-mm.
1,000 adult consensual orgies
Mhm.
and you got the money to do it, then
Listen,
by all means.
it would end up
But
being a joke. We would
yeah,
just be
oh yeah, we're
laughing
gonna
about it.
crack these jokes. That's just always
We
gonna
would get
happen.
these pop these jokes off. But this, what you've
But
done,
you don't need to drug people to do that. You don't need to traffic people to do that. Again, because you have enough money to find all of the willing and consensual partners.
Willing and consensual
Couple of
partners.
things that stand out to me, and I think by now we've all heard of the depravity that he is engaged in. One thing, anybody who has 1,000 bottles of baby oil is
Oh
up
my
to
God.
no fucking good.
Oh
It's
my
like when
God.
I go to the pharmacy and I
Mm-hmm.
get Robitussin over the counter and I
Mm-hmm.
swipe the Robitussin at the self checkout.
And then the little joint.
Bells and whistles go off. Ding 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 ding. Y'all need to check her. She might be up to something. Why is she
Mm-hmm.
buying cough syrup? Because I'm
I have a
sick.
cold.
How's ever? This man is able, not him individually, but his enterprise, the people who work for them, are buying these kind of things in bulk. It's weird, it's icky, it's strange. It makes me wonder, like, how safe were y'all? Because we know that oil products don't mix well with latex condoms. So I'm like, there
No.
is probably, if you
Mm-mm.
think that
Mm-mm.
non-consensual sex was happening,
Mm-mm.
how safe was it? Like
None of
that's
it.
a whole other thing
Mm-mm.
that I'm sure will come out if this goes to trial, if he
Mm.
doesn't unalive himself or if he
Oh,
doesn't plead out. But also, it's the idea that, Whitney, have you noticed how quiet everybody is? Anytime
you know
an
why?
entertainer comes out, Chris
Mm-hmm.
Brown,
Mm-hmm.
Nicki
Who
Minaj,
he's next?
when anybody is
Mm-hmm.
accused of doing something inappropriate in
Mm-hmm.
entertainment, Michael
Mm-hmm. Say
Jackson,
it.
even
Say
R.
it.
Kelly,
Say
there is
it.
a small minority of people championing for their ultimate innocence and release.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen, and I'm happy for this, but it kind of creeps me out. I have not seen that one free Diddy hashtag. Not one,
Because
none
everybody knows.
on the entire internet.
Because everybody
Not
knows.
one supporter has publicly come out and said, I don't believe he did that shit. I think that is in the social media age a phenomenon almost. No one, not one, zero, not
I'm
his
not
mama,
surprised.
not a distant cousin,
I'm not
not a
surprised.
business affiliate. No one. You have
I'm
launched
not
the
surprised.
careers of dozens of people. You've had
Mm-mm.
hands in careers of
Mm-mm.
hundreds, if not thousands of others, and you don't have not once, but that just tells me, um, when people come out and they support, I don't know, people like R. Kelly, who was disgusting, somehow you have managed to walk yourself into a corner where there is no potential for the benefit of the doubt. Like you fucked that up so bad
Because they know.
that you exit.
Because they know. People
That's
know.
scary.
But also, the people who are speaking out in defense of him, they're nasty too. But not
I,
nasty in like the funny way, but nasty in like the creepy way. Like you were probably present.
oh, I'm lying. Boosie did come out and say if he's
Boosie, of all fucking people, you want your
I'm
life to depend upon Boosie.
I'm just saying I have to be clear. I'm
He
not a
survives.
journalist, but I want to be fair.
His blood type is Kool-Aid. Do you see them
This
rings around his eyes? That
Boosie
man
being
hasn't seen
our
water.
age and looking like that is we're not gonna get into it.
Ungodly. That man needs to be checked.
But
Someone's
for
doctor needs to go make sure he's all right. Is he alive still?
he over there talking. He
How is
said
his
if
organs?
child, your guess
Lord.
is as good as mine. But Boosie came out and said if flying bitches in is a crime, then we are all guilty of it.
We know what
And
you guilty of,
not
Boosie.
enough people have come out and said, no, 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 no. Don't
Sir.
involve me in the interstate trafficking because
But
I ain't got.
also, Boosie, you got a sex worker for your underage child. I wouldn't rely
And you
upon
are
you,
not in prison for that. And I want to see him
which
jailed.
there is, you know
Where
what
is the
that makes me
justice?
feel like? I'm like,
Paying
there
for
could
your
be a Rico.
child to be sexually assaulted. He paid for his child to
Hmm.
be sexually assaulted
Hmm.
by an adult
And told us about it.
and then told it.
There's a Rico on him.
And then the DA
It's
just
got to
was
be
like,
something.
nah.
No, there's something else brewing. Because ain't no way. And there is no way. There is simply no way. Mm-mm.
I don't think Diddy will ever get out of jail if he goes to jail. Now, I do
I don't think
think
he's gonna die.
I do not
I
think
don't think he's
that
gonna die. Mm-mm.
um I don't think Diddy takes this to trial. And here's why.
No, no,
Feds have a
no, no.
96-97% conviction rate when they do go to trial. Like
Yeah,
people very rarely beat the feds.
you're not gonna win
And
this.
when the feds raid you in the spring
Mm-hmm.
and then arrest you in the fall, when they have a 7-month head start on building the case against you based on the 1,000 bottles of baby oil,
And
the
many other things.
firearms, the assault
You kept the
rifles, the
videos
sex
and these
toys,
recordings?
the videos, the USB drives, the camera footage, all taken from your
Mm-mm.
house.
Mm-mm.
Like not given to them by somebody else, not, an informant came and was like, hey, I think you should see these. This shit was at your house.
Mm-hmm. Say it.
I think
Say it.
that even Diddy doesn't have the ego or the hubris to think he stands a chance against the videos taken from his own house and the footage that he created. How do you defend yourself against you?
Mm. That's it.
You How do you defend yourself against you? This is not someone turning on him and
Mm-mm.
supplying these things.
Mm-mm.
Now, I absolutely believe that even before the Cassie lawsuit, that they were already building this
Oh
RICO.
yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
I think, remember when he changed his name to Love
To
and
love.
released that out? I think he probably
Mm-hmm.
knew. He probably got a sense
Oh, you were in
from the
trouble.
FBI reaching out to his associates saying,
You're in trouble.
yeah, I just want to let you know the FBI called me. They had me some questions about some shit that happened in 2001. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely think that has been occurring over the last 2 to 3 years.
He's
And
in
then
trouble.
so I think he knew that
He
though.
knew.
I don't think
Yeah.
any of this, I don't think the end of 2023, he was like, what do you mean they're investigating me? I don't think that has
Mm-mm.
been the case at all.
No.
So I do believe that they have collected witnesses, they have
Right.
statements, and then they were able to validate those things with videos and the evidence found in his own home. I am not a legal scholar. I have never attended law school,
Mm-mm.
but I do not
Mm-mm.
believe that there is. You know what? We'll talk about this when we come right back from this quick break because I want to dig into this
Suspense.
just a little bit more. We'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, we love to hear from you over at the Problematic Podcast. So if you've got a problematic story or a question you'd like to ask us, you can now text it to 609-316-6152. Again, the number is 609-316-6152. Standard messaging rates apply, and we love to hear from you. Now let's get back to the show.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back. And I want to continue on with the point again. I would like to reiterate, I'm no legal scholar, but I can't see any circumstance where Sean Diddy Combs
Mm-mm.
feels confident enough. I don't care how much money you have.
Mm-mm.
Um, feels confident enough to take this to trial.
Mm-mm.
Now, I'm curious to see if he doesn't take it to trial and he chooses to settle or take a plea deal. You got to tell. We know how this works.
Gotta tell.
We all
Not you.
saw what Nino Brown did. He stood up
Not
in the
you gotta
courtroom.
tell.
You got to tell. Whitney, this is one of the most powerful men in the
You
entertainment
gotta tell.
industry. And he wasn't on them tapes by himself.
Nope. 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 That's another reason why a whole bunch of people are quiet.
It's too quiet.
Too quiet for me.
Not we, because I never saw the footage, but people were
I never saw the
literally
footage.
manufacturing
Mm-hmm.
child pornography
My.
of R. Kelly and his
Mm-hmm.
underage victim and
Mm-hmm.
passing it out at barbershops,
Yep.
hair salons,
Mm-hmm.
baby showers, etc., etc. And people still found a way to defend his actions.
Yeah.
Publicly,
Yeah.
vocally,
Yeah.
and out loud.
Mm-hmm.
and have done so for over a decade.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I would argue that Diddy has way more influence
I would argue that.
in the entertainment industry as a whole than Robert Kelly ever had, just because his
Hmm.
business savvy was lacking because he was illiterate. How do we? I didn't mean to
Wait,
be, I wasn't trying to be, it's true.
I
We,
did not know that.
you didn't know that R. Kelly was illiterate?
No, girl.
He finally admitted it when he finally got arrested. He was saying he was struggling with his appeals and a lot of his record deals, and why he was so broke and not having money to pay his legal fees is because he is
You were broke and
illiterate.
you couldn't pay your legal fees because you were sexually
Because
assaulting children.
yeah, I mean,
You
yes,
wouldn't
yeah,
have any legal fees
yeah,
if you weren't sexually assaulting
but
children.
well, the way people duck accountability.
Oh,
But
listen, dodging it like how Diddy was in them videos, dancing.
it is eerily quiet outside.
I mean,
For the
violence is loud.
every entertainment in the industry got a picture with Diddy, has been to a Diddy party, has
Mm-hmm.
thanked him, has said he has set the blueprint for
Mm-hmm.
equity and ownership, and now y'all are quiet.
Oddly.
Because I think if I had to venture a
Mm-hmm.
guess,
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't know that you're on one of these videos, you are so terrified
Like this.
that between
Trembling.
98 and 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
you may have been caught in some compromising footage.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Because
is
listen, it's a
like,
whole bunch of people who can be loud.
but I think that puts the diddler in a situation where it gives you more than enough people to tell on. Like you're going to be in jail for a very long time.
Oh my God.
But your leverage is your ability to how much and how good are you snitching? Um
He took some pictures with Trump. I'm interested.
I, oh baby, if
I'm
you could
interested.
just put
I'm
that out
interested.
first and keep I
I would
oh,
read the papers that day.
this sounds so bad.
That's so juicy.
But if you need to target any other celebrity right now, we got what,
Aim
44 more
high.
days
Aim
and
high.
the highest. Put it
High.
I,
Aim high. Why not? Try to save some of your life outside of
okay,
bars.
okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
because it's not going to happen.
You want to
And
see your grown children. Them girls. That was my point.
yeah, he's got younger daughters,
I'm
and that's
very concerned about them because I'm like, was all this happening in the same house that you had Kim's twins in?
and only God knows if they live with her or where he is or how active of a father he is. Shout out to everybody who was saying lock up that son who looked just like him. I have been
Oh
cackling all
yeah,
week.
him too.
Hilarious. He looked like he got the
Hmm.
deviant look to him.
Hmm.
I don't know, something about that hairline and that
Hmm.
face that
That
says
face,
fellow
deviant.
deviant. But
Hmm.
I I don't know, it's weird. I've never seen someone so popular have zero support. That's
You know,
uh,
it's not. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not shocked because I'm like, it's exactly what you said. It's people feeling like he might have some stuff on them, and he operated not like a music mogul. He operated like a mob boss.
that is a great way of putting it.
He never operated like a music mogul. He always operated like somebody who was running a criminal enterprise. And it wasn't like his business savvy. It was that this man was savage.
That
That's what got him to where
I
he
like
was.
your journalistic way, your turn of phrase. You are so good at
I be doing things
you
sometimes, friends.
do. You
But it's like
do.
this is the stuff that bothers me. And like so then you have the men that'll go online and like defend this guy or even some women and stuff like that. And I'm like, do you understand like this man had busloads of people coming
People.
in, often some of them so their blood was so filled with drugs that they had to have IVs just to be able to function after the level of abuse that was happening to them. And there's no way he did all this by himself.
It's not possible.
There is a
It's not
whole
like you said, the enterprise is it's too large.
mhm.
It's
It's too many folk know stuff, too many folk know what's up, too many folks participated willingly and gleefully. probably unaware that they were being recorded as well.
When you have the infrastructure in place that you can drug multiple people at one time,
Mm-hmm.
record multiple people at that same
Mm-hmm.
time, and then manage to hire medical professionals to get them through recovery at the same time, and we're not
Mm-hmm.
talking one or two people at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That infrastructure alone requires administrative bodies,
Mm-hmm.
physical service people. Someone's opening the door, someone's escorting these people in, someone's making these phone calls.
Someone's making the arrangements, which leads me to believe that there's all these people who are getting ready to come out as accomplices are not accomplices. I mean, are not all these people are coming out as witnesses. They are not witnesses, they're accomplices.
Exactly.
And it's really frightening because this level of harm, the level of harm, and all y'all were nobody like got
It
tore
is
up
what.
about that.
Let me see how tall he is because how y'all let this?
What?
No, I'm sorry.
Why does it have to always come down to height with you?
It comes down to height because again, he's 5'10". This man,
He's my height.
yes.
I can look him in
How
the
do
face.
y'all let? And I get money, power, influence,
None of y'all ever
but
just wanted to beat his
no.
ass yourself.
Thank you,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you. Too many chins going unchecked, and that's not a big chin to check.
It's not enough crazy people who be like,
It's
this
not.
is fucked up. I'm not doing this shit. And if you
And
put your hands on me, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna
and
tear you up.
I'm not saying Suge Knight is a good person because Suge
But
Knight has
he's
done some awful, horrible things.
but
But the
that man is
Suge
a
Knights
big
of the
dude.
world exist to keep people like the Diddler in check. And I just
You security dudes, y'all ain't ever just want to just like boop
be
boop.
like, enough is enough, nigga. You're
Yeah.
not on my watch. But again, when you have
Yeah.
more money than God, you
My
can.
goodness.
So,
You know what? I was gonna say that I don't ever root for anyone's downfall, but there's several people who I'm rooting for their downfall. And God, please help me to be a better Christian about that. I can't stop thinking about like Cassie.
no.
I can't stop thinking about Cassie. I can't stop thinking about other victims whose names we don't know. Um, like Cassie was just minding her own business, walking around downtown, doing a little shopping and things like that. And TMZ was literally walking up to her, harassing her while she was just minding her business. Do you understand the level of trauma this woman went through? And then had to relive that shit under the court of public opinion when she finally shared her story? Like when everything finally came out, when
And
her
has to wake up every day to these headlines. And the least you could do is maybe not follow her down Broadway or Rodeo Drive
let
or
that lady
wherever
buy a
she
new purse in
does.
peace. What is wrong with you? The way I would have cussed them out, and that would have been the headline. See, again, sometimes people need some good cussing out. Like the interviewer who was talking to Janet Jackson, the people who were harassing Cassie, I would have been her friend. I would have been like, yo, hey, are you crazy? What is wrong with you? That would
What
have been
is
the headline.
happening
Cassie's friend cusses out TMZ.
on a
Me.
Tuesday?
Leave that woman alone. If anybody deserves peace in this world, it is victims of trauma like that. Leave that lady alone. Leave her alone. Don't
Please.
talk to her. She does not exist to y'all. She doesn't exist. Okay. Leave that lady alone. She deserves peace, love. She got herself a good husband. She got herself her baby. Leave that
Quiet
lady
life.
alone. Quiet, wealthy, beautiful life. Let her enjoy the rest of her days alone without y'all.
I'm sure that over the next few weeks we'll have more to say on disgusting Diddy. But for now, do you have anybody else that you'd like to yell at before I pose a quite the conundrum to you? Not the conundrum. I know what you're gonna say in the
Cracks
problematic
knuckles.
stories, but uh-oh.
Mark Robinson. This
Okay.
is for Mark Robinson. You nasty, bad built, booger looking, gross mother. For those who are unfamiliar, Mark Robinson is the sorry, I had to put on my journalist voice. For those who are unfamiliar, Mark Robinson is currently the lieutenant governor of the state of North Carolina, where my
Mhm.
beloved husband and his fantastic family are from. Mark Robinson has said some of the most vitriolic, disgusting, inhumane, illiterate, stupid, just downright and just disgusting commentary I've ever heard come out of a person's mouth. He's got so much white supremacy dick down his throat. That man
Oh,
can't breathe right.
wow.
I had to put it in color because nothing that I'll say on this show will ever match the nastiness, the
Half,
filth that we
not
heard
even
come out
half.
of this dude recently. When you got CNN, you got CNN, the Associated Press, and all these other people promoting a porn site.
Yes.
I never heard of Nude
You
Africa before.
guys heard it here. Promoting porn sites. Because this gentleman decided to go on porn sites and in the comments
Comments. You leaving
discuss
comments?
his desire to be a Nazi, Klan members, disparage other African Americans. And you would not believe that this person is African American if you read his comments.
No,
But lo and
no.
behold, Uncle Ruckus, Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina,
Mm-mm.
is Whitney. We live in a simulation. There's just no way that this stuff is real.
It is so deliciously karmic. Like the karma level is just the most decadent rich. 2024 is the year that people said 2020 was going to be.
Yep.
And it's proven so as the months go by because I keep looking around like, oh my.
It's
So because
happening. It's
Mark
happening.
Robinson has said some really nasty, terrible, disgusting, disparaging things about the LGBTQ plus community. And to be so disgusted by the LGBTQ plus community, had some proclivities, particularly
Mm-hmm.
around that T,
Mm-hmm.
particularly around the T, which is T, if you ask me.
It
Bars. Uh,
it is. You are on fire today.
I'm just, I'm so grossed out because like he's he's not just a horrible human, but he's nasty about it. Talk about his wife. I'm not even going to dive into the details, but he talked about intercourse with his wife's sister and wrapped it up in a bow by saying, quote, that crack is like crack.
This
I,
this is a
I,
politician. This is I just I got nothing left. Like the news, the headlines just keep getting worse
and weirder.
and worse.
It's so weird. It's so weird, but it's laughable at this point because it's just like this is who an entire population has allowed to take these big positions. So the reason why we have a lot of these problems in our society is because we have these people who should have been vetted, people who should have been like we should ask more questions about people like a Mark Robinson, like a Marjorie Taylor Greene, like JD Vance who get to these tickets and start doing the weirdest, strangest things. Marjorie Taylor Greene said the Jewish space lasers were responsible for the fires in California, and y'all let that lady
Y'all
have a
let that
Senate seat.
ride. Y'all let it ride and kept her employed and voted for her on the purpose. On purpose. She said there were space lasers. Hard
Jewish
stop. Because
ones,
I don't give a fuck
Jewish
who the
ones.
and that's the thing. I don't give a fuck who the lasers they are.
I was like, why are we being anti-Semitic about the aliens? Like, let the
Right?
people
Like
in space do what
be
they do out there in
complete
space,
for you to be completely psychotic
and then be
and then
anti-Semitic on
to
top.
sprinkle just a little bit of
What is
anti-Semitism
wrong with you?
on top of your
Leave people
psychosis.
alone. Jewish people just minded their own business. Like, well, how did I get in it?
The
They
people
just
who
minded their
support
business.
the people who support her came out and just said, she's just a bit eccentric. Space lasers,
Jewish
Jewish
ones.
ones.
Jewish ones responsible for California wildfires.
2024 is not real. The karma
What?
is real.
The karma
Karma
is
is
just,
real.
you know what? And if if the rest of the year gonna be like this, and we're just gonna keep getting like these people who have been horrible to people getting taken down left and right, I am tying on my bib and getting my fork and my knife ready because I'm cutting into that steak. Yum, yum, yum. I'm eating it up.
Because I'm not mad at
Not
any of
mad
it.
at it.
And
Not mad at it.
I gotta say it again. I gotta give it up to the astrology girls because the
With the
astrology
rocks in the
girls
windows.
said with the rocks in the windows,
They told us.
they told us last November because
To-
I'm
told
pretty
us.
sure I've mentioned it on this podcast. They told
Hmm.
us last November that this year was going to be a karma year, and
Hmm.
then you had like the people online or on TikTok saying Diddy falls this year, all of the
Wait,
retro and all of the things that will happen in retrograde. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say that I'm a practicer, but I am a believer. What y'all do with them rocks and when y'all look at the
that's y'all
skies
business.
and write them on y'all little charts and y'all journals with the
We got
moons
two
on the
moons
front.
now.
We got two. I
We
ain't
got
never had
two
an extra
moons now.
moon.
We've
I
never had an extra moon. What is going on here?
The astrology girls need a raise.
Give them
Y'all
money.
have been
Give them
doing the
money.
thing.
Hmm.
Y'all said in
I'm gonna start
October.
putting rocks by the window. Like, what kind of rocks? Can I take the ones outside? Just
They
like
called it. They said this is the
they
karmic year,
did.
and it looks like it's catching up with a lot of people between the astrology girls and Cat Williams. It's been a year, baby,
Cat Williams told y'all.
and we still got one more quarter to go.
Oh my God.
We are in the last two
It's
minutes of
about to
the
turn
third
up.
quarter.
Oh, it's about to turn up.
I,
It's about to be left and right.
I, I'm just
That's why the Saints hurry up and get out of here. Like James Earl packed it up.
right.
Frankie Beverly packed it up. Tito packed
I
it up.
I can't be around for what's coming next.
Lord,
I think that is so funny to me. The astrology girls
they were
really,
not playing.
I
They were
didn't
not
pay him too
playing.
much attention, and that's not me being shady or funny. It just wasn't something on my radar. But
No.
now that I am absolutely fascinated by what y'all do with your little stars and y'all
Mhm.
charts because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
math is mathing.
I'm just like, wow, okay.
I'm
Go
impressed.
off. Listen
I'm impressed. I listen.
thoroughly.
I wasn't listening before, but y'all
You
have my ear
listening
now.
now.
I am
Listening
listening.
now.
Oh, Whitney.
Anyway, Mark Robinson, you could I hope I can't even say it because it's already been done. It's already been said. It's just so beautiful just to watch you just
That's what you get. That
because
is.
thou doth protest too much. I
Ah,
was like, you
mm,
talking a whole lot about them, my queer family, and you up in here loving on them. So
that
hey,
is very interesting if you ask me.
that's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm
Um,
sure somebody will act up next week.
it will. I'm
Will.
looking for. Oh no, can I not find it?
Don't say that.
Oh my God. Oh
Oh
my
no.
God. Okay, so wait a minute. I just gotta find it. Bear with me. A follower of mine, Christina
Hmm.
McCoy
Hmm.
on Facebook,
Hmm.
posted or I guess shared
Hmm.
a very interesting
Did she give us permission to use her name?
yes, I asked in the
Okay,
comments.
because
Don't
I was
worry.
very
I asked
nervous.
in the comments.
I got
I got her
so
permission and
nervous.
everything. So thank you,
Hi,
Christina.
Christina.
Thank you for Christina for allowing me to share this content on my podcast because I did say this would be great for the podcast, and she thanked me for asking.
Of
Christina
course.
wrote, "It's 2 a.m. You're asleep with your partner, and
Oh
y'all
God.
are awakened by an unusual noise downstairs.
Oh no. Oh
You
no.
don't know what it is. You turn and you look at your man, and before you can say anything, he says, 'Babe, don't you want to go see what that noise was?
Are you kidding me?
What are you doing?'" Now, this question applies mostly for the heteronormative uh um brother and sister, but I thought that this was gold, and people were in the comments going off. And Christina did say this is a true story, although it did not happen to Christina.
Oh, okay.
So, Whitney, as a person who is married to a
Yes.
gentleman,
Yes.
whom I
Oh, let me
assume you
tell you
sleep next to every night.
every night. Let me tell you something about Earl F. Roberts the second. I would need to ask that question. That Negro would have been downstairs with something,
I,
with something,
with something.
with something, something like Kamala has at her house. Um, because I would never need to ask that question. There's noises that happen sometimes in our house. It's usually our daughter, like if she has a nightmare, and he'll hear that, but he knows that I'm already up going to go see about my baby, right? If I wouldn't even need, I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even need this. So my thing, fellow sistren, if you find yourself in this situation, you are with the wrong man.
You are.
You are with the
But
wrong man.
the problematic question I pose is, say it happens. It wouldn't happen to you. I've met your husband.
Mhm. No, it wouldn't happen to me.
But I do want to know what you would recommend a woman does if it does, in fact, happen to her.
See, if it's a burglar, he gonna hear so much noise upstairs because I'm cussing his ass out. Are you fucking kidding me? He was a whole ass nigga laying in this bed, hiding under the blankets like a bitch. If you don't get your, I know this is very anti-feminist of me. Let me get this, let the chopper spray.
Oh,
If you don't get your scary ass up out of this bed and go and defend this house like the man that you were supposed to be, where's your backbone? That no, I can this is how it's gonna sound to the robber.
you men used to go to war and die
And build houses
voluntarily
and
on
shit.
purpose.
Listen, this is how it's gonna sound to the robber. It's gonna sound like a whole bunch of stuff breaking. He gonna like slowly back out the house like this ain't the one. This ain't the house. I meant no, no. And it could be anything. Like you precariously stacked some pots and pans and they finally just fell over. The cat done knocked over a plant. You know,
And nine
it could be
times out of nine and a
anything.
half, that's what it is. But
Yeah, yeah, especially with them cats. Ooh, my cat used to knock over stuff all the time. Like, God dang it. Um, but no, this is a situation where it feels like an immediate breakup.
immediate, like before I get my
Immediate
socks
breakup.
on,
I'm gonna walk
after I'm
past
done
the robber
fighting
and be
the
like,
robber, and I
no, I'm
tell the
walking.
robber,
Take
if
what
you
you want of his. I'm gonna take my things. Have a nice night. I'm
you
out.
can have the PlayStation 5 because you are not going to
I'll
believe
unplug it for you. Want me to wrap it up for you?
the fact that I'm down here having this
I'm
conversation with
patient
you
with you.
tells you everything you need to know about what's going on in this
There's a
relationship.
bitch upstairs. Go ahead and handle him because I'm leaving.
There's a bitch upstairs.
Little bitch ass upstairs. Go ahead. This is very anti-feminist of me
It
to
is,
use
but
such
I feel like
language.
you're allowed to be you are
Problematic.
allowed to feed into gender stereotypes between the hours of 2:30 and 5:30 a.m. A true story. I
Oh no, wait.
no, there's no man in my relationship.
I mean, clearly.
It's two wives. Um but I am a believer of the Second Amendment, not like, you know, them red hat wearers, but I
You're
do believe
responsible.
that every human being has the right to protect their domicile, their home, where their children lay their heads or where they lay their own heads. And you don't need an assault rifle to do that.
You
I
don't
am
need
a
an assault
gun
rifle to do that.
owner.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I have an understanding that I have more experience with guns, and I am the person who is expected to shoot the intruders. My wife knows where my firearm is, but if there's a bump in the middle of the night, there's one of us who is calling 911, her, and
Yeah,
there's one of us who is racking the gun, me. And there was an
exactly.
incident where I had a very large painting over
Oh,
our steps, over
oh no.
our steps from the second floor to the first
Yeah.
floor. It's the middle of the night. It's like 3 in the morning, and we hear what sounds like a person coming up the steps.
Oh my God, no.
So I shake my wife, and I'm waking her up strictly for the purposes of letting her know that I have to go see what this noise is, because in my head, there's a child in the back room and
There's a
there's an
baby
intruder between us and the child.
and the baby.
So
Yeah.
I need her. My wife sleeps through everything.
Earl,
Everything.
what is up with
She
these partners?
Oh no, it's the security that you gotta have to be able to sleep through a motherfucker running up your steps. It's just beyond my comprehension. But whatever. I wake her up and I let her know there was a loud noise. Did you hear it?
Hmm.
She's like, I thought I heard something, but I was sleeping. I said, get your cell phone. I get my firearm. I
Hmm.
rack my firearm. I don't hear any other noises, so I'm tipping out of the room to
Hmm.
investigate. As soon as I see the stairs, I see there's a painting laying on the stairs. Everything's fine, and I understand that. But I feel like when you are close enough and love someone enough to be in a position where you're laying in bed with them at
Mm-mm.
2 a.m., the
No,
conversation should have already happened. And
no,
I give that story to say it's not about gender.
no.
It is assumed that it should be the man going
Yeah,
downstairs. If there's a man and a woman, it just makes
yeah,
more sense. But
yeah.
that expectation should have already been communicated. And it's so
Hello. Th-
communicated
See
in the year of our Lord 2024.
this part. You are
But when
saying
I
things.
say the breakup would have occurred at
I would have been
bless,
breaking up with him as I'm coming down the stairs, high five the robber, and I would have left.
and I don't care if it's a robber, if it's a cat, a squirrel in the attic. When the
A
sun
painting that
finds
fell.
its way into this window, you will not be my partner
Mm-mm.
anymore.
No.
I am sorry. If you're scared,
Mm-mm.
go to church, but you cannot stay here. I am sorry. God bless and keep you. I
Dead
hope your mama
serious.
knows she
Dead
raised a
ass.
bitch,
Like,
and I
you
hope
are a
that she's
scary
coping with
bitch.
that. What?
Listen, are you crazy? Now, here's the thing, because you put the child in play.
Yeah,
It,
the way our
it
house
might
is
be
set
two,
up.
it might be two of us coming down the stairs behind Emery and that. Are you kidding me? You
Let me
know,
get my baby and go
do you
because
know who her mom? It might be both. Like he might be coming in first, but I'm coming in with a broom or something. I don't
and
know what I'm gonna do with a broom.
as a person who's been in that situation, it's
Jesus,
almost like you don't have enough time to think, you have to react.
you have to react.
Um, and if you are laying next to a person who freezes up or does not react, and freezing is a natural response, but it
But
can't
no,
be the response of the person laying next to you.
no,
Find somebody else.
mm-mm.
Sorry.
You deserve protection.
You do.
You deserve
And
protection, and you deserve not to find out that you don't
if
have
the man
protection.
that you were laying next to thinks that he deserves protection more than you do in those circumstances,
Mm-mm.
I don't know. We've lost the
There's
recipe.
so many other men, like they just be outside driving
Wishing a
their
nigga
cars,
would.
going to work, paying their bills, going to church, eating at the restaurant, cleaning up after themselves, taking care of business. There's so many other dudes. You can find another one.
I believe in telling on people like at this big ass
Not
age.
telling
No, because at 6 a.m. when the world wakes up,
twice.
I'm calling your mother because
Oh,
your mother
listen,
needs to know this. And then I want you to get on the phone with your mother because it
this
shouldn't
is
just
gonna
be me cussing you out.
this is gonna be a TikTok video
Is
and
your
it's gonna go
grandma alive?
viral.
Do you have a favorite auntie?
Mm-mm.
The auntie who smokes Newports is going to hear
Not the
about this.
one that smokes the Newports.
Yes, because she got that little rasp in her throat. It sounds
Yeah.
better when she cuss you
Oh,
out.
when she cuss you out, that good rasp just be beating on you. Yeah.
So we all agree that he's got to go.
Yeah, he's got to go.
I, I,
Break up with him. And I don't usually tell people to surrender on their relationships, but
yeah, no, that it's cool to quit that one.
quit it
It's
because mm-mm.
it's
There,
so good to quit that one.
as a straight,
As a street.
as a straight, there's just something innate about these men folk when it comes to protection. I could say a whole lot of stuff about a bunch of my exes. One thing I cannot say about a bunch, I won't say all because that's actually the reason why I broke up with one of my exes. A bunch of my exes will protect you, whether they're dating you or not.
Hmm.
Whether they're dating you or not. Like I used to like one thing I love about Earl is that when we have like friends come over and visit and things like that, or like if there's a sitter that comes and watches the baby and stuff like that, he will walk them downstairs to their car. He will
Hmm.
walk them directly to their car, make sure they get in, make sure you call somebody or text somebody when you get in. And like they're not clearly they're not dating.
Right.
He's my husband. That's just
Right.
what he does for
That's who he
people.
is.
Yeah, like man, this man won't let old ladies like shovel themselves out. So it's just
No,
like I don't
absolutely not.
understand. I don't understand a person, a grown, big, burly ass man hiding under the blanket. Sir, if you don't,
Like I said, if you scared, go to church. But when we ascertain the identity or the person thing
mm,
responsible for this noise, you can go ahead, put your shoes on, pack your duffel bag, clear
bye,
out that top drawer, and get
bye.
the fuck up on out of
Right,
here.
right.
You can't stay
We
here.
don't know each other anymore.
Sorry, lose my
Mm-mm.
number.
Please, immediately.
Yeah, I think we
I
just
think that's good.
it's good. I think that's good.
I think that's good.
As always, I hope that everybody has a great week. I hope that y'all don't let people play in your face. I
Please
hope that
don't.
this is a quiet news cycle.
It ain't.
It probably won't be though.
It won't be quiet till Christmas time, child.
But damn, you're probably right.
It won't be quiet till Christmas time.
At least
It's
we'll
gonna
know
be a
who our next
lovely.
president is going to be by then.
Oh, please let it be a joyful Christmas. I don't want to be making plans.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. Y'all all have a great week and we'll see y'all next Monday.
Register to vote. Bye.
Bye.